Hello, my friends, and welcome to Italy, a place to love YouTube channel, the channel where I like to show the properties for sale in the Italian market. In each video, I select a property in a different town in one of the 20 beautiful regions of Italy. Okay, my friends, so let me introduce you to today's property. And in today's video, I bring you back to a property for sale in Abruzzo region, Pescara province, following my last Friday video where I was showing the cheapest properties for sale in Pescara province. And you will find the link under the description of the video if you're interested to watch a general search of the properties for sale in this province under 60,000 euro in a town called San Valentino in Abruzzo Citeriore. Lovely town in Abruzzo region, in between the lovely hills, close to mountains and not very far from the sea. The asking price for this property is 50,000 euro. Okay, so we are under the 60,000 euro, which it was the goal. But anyway, what is particular of this property is the size, because we are talking about 170 square meters. So I'd say around 1850 square feet. 5 rooms, that's what they're saying. Okay, my friends, so finally we can go to Google Maps to understand where the property is in the map of Italy. Here we have the map of Italy. And so as we see, we are in the central part of Italy, Abruzzo province, Abruzzo region, sorry. And anyway, Pescara province. So let's keep zooming in. We are not far from Chieti as well, which is the capital of another province of Abruzzo region. Then we have the mountain area, and at the same time, anyway, we are not far from the sea. We are in a beautiful green area in between woods and farming lands. We have many touristic places in this area. We are on the main route that goes from Popoli, let's say from L'Aquila down to Pescara. We are just here, we can see in the middle. Anyway, let's keep zooming in a bit more. We have many decent sized towns around, but San Valentino in Abruzzo Citeriore, which is a quite long name, San Valentino in Abruzzo Citeriore. Anyway, it's a quite big town. We are not talking about a small hamlet. We are nearly around 2,000 inhabitants, so we might find all type of main services that a town around 2,000 inhabitants can offer, like restaurants, grocery shops, post office, banks, bars, gyms, mechanic, and so on. So many different type of activities possible to do, and all type of services that we might need. All right, we'll go back here later on to show you the distances to the main locations and a bit of Google Street View as at the end of the video. And now here you can also find the link of the search of the properties for sale in Pescara province under the selected filters like 60,000 euro maximum price, only houses, no auction properties. Anyway, if you are interested to see the 126 houses for sale that I found, you can just you can just follow this link under the description of the video. All right, then let's go back finally to the property and let's read quickly the description of the property for sale here. So, we offer for sale a detached house located in the very heart of the historic center of San Valentino in Abruzzo Citeriore, San Valentine. So, this town takes the name anyway from the Saint Valentine. The property in good condition and measuring 170 square meters is spread over 2 levels. On the ground floor, we found a characteristic entrance immediately welcoming thanks to a striking stone detail and a practical storage room. An internal staircase leads to the upper floor, which houses the living and sleeping areas. Here we find a living room warmed by a fireplace, which opens onto an equally bright kitchen with a small balcony and a bathroom. On the other side of the floor, a hallway leads to the sleeping area consisting of three spacious bedrooms. So we are talking about a property quite spacious, three bedrooms. Okay, only one bathroom. Then we have kitchen, living area. This floor is enhanced by splendid characteristic flooring that emphasizes its authenticity. Living here means having everything within reach. Once outside the house, you have immediate access to the essential services of the town, such as bakery, pizzeria, pharmacy, bar, and various type of shops. The location is also exceptional. San Valentino, let's call it just San Valentino, is strategically situated just 30 minutes away from both the sea and the mountains. We are just in between, so it's good for nature lovers, mountains lovers, and sea lovers. Furthermore, Pescara International Airport can be reached in just 30 minutes, while Rome takes about 2 hours. Okay, then here we have the basic features. Let's go just to understand what's the price per square meter, and is about 294 euro per square meter. So we are under 300 euro for a property that it's not in need of a big renovation, not massive renovation, I'd say. Could also be ready to live. Anyway, my friends, if you like this type of videos, don't forget to put like and subscribe if you like this type of contents. And anyway, so let's start investigating basically the property for sale. Now, here we are on the first floor, and we are in the welcoming room. Let's say we are just off of the landings area from the staircase leading from the ground floor to the first floor. And anyway, here we see a beautiful fireplace, beautiful living corner. All right. And now let's point the accent on these beautiful tiles. Now, someone might not like it, but these are very characteristic. Sorry, very characteristic tiles from the 50s and early 60s. So it looks well preserved, and for me, it's a touch, is a particular touch. Hard nowadays to find these type of floors in houses in a very good condition like this one. Okay, here we have a view of the property. I think it's a view of the street. I don't know if it's the view of the property itself. We will investigate later. Anyway, we are in the beautiful historical part of San Valentino town. Okay, so basically we will find out later, probably is one of these properties here. Looks like it's this one with the balconies and with windows. We will investigate, we will find out. Okay, so here we have the main entrance door of the property, which looks not in a very bad condition. Anyway, all right, let's go back 1 second simply to understand. Okay, here, this is the main entrance. So it looks like the main entrance is a door here, one of these doors here, then we have the balconies. All right, let's keep investigating. Okay, here we have the main entrance from the street, and here we have the ground floor. Okay, so basically the ground floor, it has a welcoming room, all right, which is kind of interesting. Then on the left-hand side, we have the stairs leading to the first floor where the house, anyway, let's say living area, kitchen, and sleeping area, they're all on the first floor. Then we have a storage room, looks like a pantry here on the ground floor. We have a particular room here. I don't know if this could be turned into a bathroom or just can be kept as a storage unit. But anyway, we have a kind of welcoming area. Can be a studio, can be a hobby space. We have this lovely arch here. Interesting. It would be interesting to know what it was used this space for a while ago, long time ago. Then we have a library here. So this is the view of the welcoming space, which is interesting. I don't think this was an oven. I don't think so. I don't even think it was a fireplace. Maybe it was a fireplace. I don't know. Anyway, we have this interesting space. Could be used as, anyway, also as a living area. Here we are still on the ground floor where we see the stairs. I see the house obviously needs to be repainted, but overall, maybe some plastering works, but overall, the condition of the property is in a good condition. Here we have new floor tiles on the ground floor. We have a particular vaulted ceiling as well here, which it might need to be replastered, let's say, but these are not major works, they're not structural works. Anyway, overall, we see a new stairs leading to the first floor. Okay, let's go up to the first floor. Okay, so basically here we have the landing area with windows and I have to say spacious and bright enough. So this could be just a living area. Now, as you know, Italians are, they like to have many tables in the house. We see one table which it belongs to the kitchen, another table here in the living area. This could be used just as a living area because we have a spacious kitchen and this spacious living area with lovely floor here. We see this chest style. Then anyway, all the rooms up to now, I see they have radiators. I saw the radiator on the ground floor. We have radiators here, so the house is provided with a heating system. Anyway, we might need just some little plastering because we see, anyway, the ceiling obviously doesn't look like the house has been lived for a while, I have to say. Windows look in a good condition, so bright enough, spacious. Anyway, here the realtor, the agent, whoever took the pictures, tried to put the accent, anyway, on the details, even to show, for example, few bottles on the table. Anyway, there is a kind of presentation, which is good. Generally, in Italy, very hard to find realtors who care about the pictures. Okay, so here we have another view of the living area. And obviously here in the corridor that goes to the kitchen, we see the house needs some plastering here. But overall, the structure of the property is good. I would like this type of floor in my house and to bring it back to his beauty. All right, here we are. We have a huge corridor. Okay, let's go back 1 second. So probably from here on the right, we go to the kitchen. No, I think on the left, we go to the kitchen. On the right, we go to the sleeping area. So here we are facing the sleeping area. And so we have a quite large corridor. Here we are in the kitchen, all right, with lovely balcony and bright in particular. At least here they kept windows and balcony doors open to show how bright is the apartment, the house. So we have kitchen with sink on the left-hand side and hobs for cooking on the right-hand side. So in this house up to now, I saw 3 tables. Incredible. So we have 2 tables in the kitchen plus another table in the living room. We see radiator as well here. Okay. Anyway, overall, the property looks in a good condition. There might be some works, but anyway, we are talking about 170 square meters for 50,000 euro. This could be a lovely house where to live all the year around, or even as a holiday home. I'd say a bit too big to be as a holiday home, unless, for example, now I've heard that there are some people who decide, maybe 2, 3 friends together, to buy a property together, and they share maybe as a holiday home, and they share the bills, they share maintenance costs, and basically uh, they share also the period when to go. This is another interesting story. Maybe 3 friends, one goes in June, another one goes in July, and another one goes in August, and they spend a month each, for example. So we have the gas boiler here, which maybe may need to be a new one. Here we have the window, the balcony door. Doesn't look bad, but they're not really new. I like the style. I don't know if these are double glazed windows. Maybe these should be upgraded. Don't know. Should be investigated. Anyway, we have the lovely view in this area. And here we go to the sleeping area where there are the 3 bedrooms. So here we have a spacious bedroom with windows, radiators, and lovely hexagon shaped tiles. I remember this type of tiles in many houses when I was young, when I was a child. Then many houses get rid of this, but for me was a good choice to keep because simply are very interesting. Anyway, we have a spacious bedroom. Okay, bright enough. Here we are in another bedroom with again these lovely floor tiles, another window and radiators, so perfect. A tiny bit smaller than the previous bedroom, but anyway, still spacious. And here we have the 3rd bedroom. Here used as a single bedroom, but as far as I see, there is space also for a double bed in this room. All right, right. And here we are in the bathroom. The bathroom also looks in a good condition overall. Not the newest, but anyway, I don't see big money to upgrade this property. Electrical system maybe should be checked, should be investigated. I don't think it's in a bad condition. It will be enough to replace just sockets, the switches, the sockets. Then this looks like a view from one of the windows. And this is it, my friends. These are all the pictures that they're showing for this property. I think it's an interesting property. San Valentino in Abruzzo, Citeriore, 50,000 euro. Let me know under the comment section your opinion. Anyway, big enough, 170 square meters. Okay, so now let's investigate the distances to the main locations around this town, San Valentino in Citeriore, San Valentino in Abruzzo, Citeriore. And so we have many towns around. but again, there's no need while you have all your shops, in the town. I see lovely farming area with woods around, so always possible to enjoy walks in nature in this area. Okay, let's see how far we are from Pescara, the capital of the province. And when I say Pescara, at this stage, I also mean how far we are from the seaside, because Pescara is on the sea, and so basically it's 34 minutes. Here it says 34 minutes. Then it depends if you want to avoid tolls and motorway is about 38 minutes, 42 kilometers. All right, which anyway is quite interesting. Okay, then here we have Chieti. So in 30, 34, 35, less than 40 minutes, we are on the sea. So the position, the location is not bad. Then let's see how far we are from Chieti, which is the capital of another province here in Abruzzo region. And Chieti is reachable in 30 minutes driving. Then in Chieti, so 30 minutes is a very short distance, but I forgot to say that anyway in Pescara and Chieti you might find all type of services that you might need, maybe hospitals, shopping centers, anyway, all type of activities that a big town, a big city can offer. Okay, let's investigate now. For example, here I see a town like Sulmona. Anyway, Popoli. We are not far from the ski slopes in this area. Then we have Avezzano, Scanno, Roccaraso, Caramanico Terme. Let's see how far we are from Popoli, from the town of Popoli. In 30 minutes, so we reach already the mountain area. Okay, so if we are interested in skiing, let's see Roccaraso. Roccaraso, I'd say 1 hour to reach Roccaraso. We are 1 hour distance. Anyway, we are in the southern part of Abruzzo region here. Anyway, where the ski slopes are. I think Sulmona is even closer. Let's see, Sulmona. In 41 minutes, we are in Sulmona. So I consider this area extremely strategic. All right, my friend, let's have a look to the last destination, like Rome, to see how far we are from Rome. 2 hours. In 2 hours and 18 minutes, we are already in Rome. So short distance from Rome, not big one. Okay, let's go now finally on Google Street View to understand a bit better the location of this property. Let's investigate a bit the town. Okay, let's go 3D. San Valentino in Abruzzo Citeriore. So here we are. There are parking spaces, I see, an ice cream shop, gelateria. We have Castello Farnese, so there is the castle in the town. There is a garden, public garden here. Let's investigate a bit. Looks like it's this road here. Let's see, Via Fiume. Let's start from Via Fiume. And let's try to go. And let's have a look. Anyway, beautiful towns. Beautiful town. Okay. In Abruzzo, all the towns are well preserved and well kept. So here we have plenty of parking space. I think this is the street. Via Agostino Baiocco. Yes, so that's where the property is. So we are in the central part of the town. Okay. Let's see. What's this number? Anyway, here we have this property here. Let's keep driving. Let's see. Let's see if we're gonna find out the properties. This is number 18. The property says that is number 14. Okay, yes, this is the door that we saw um, in the main entrance. Looks like probably it was already used as a B&B. I see a sign here. I cannot really read. Ah, no, that's only the number of the property. Okay, it looks like now here we have ground floor. Okay, a bit hard to understand because I see one floor above the property. Now, the property showed, so like this is the living area. This is the kitchen where we have the balcony. We have the entrance on the ground floor, independent entrance. And then we have the bedrooms. Probably the house is also facing the rear side. I don't understand to who belongs the second floor and where is the entrance in particular to the second floor, unless the entrance is from the other side of the house. Here we have one shop, which is a bit hard to understand what type of shop is. Okay, here we have a restaurant, garden bar pizzeria, just on the doorstep. Interesting. Shop, bike rent. Here they rent bikes. Okay. So in this street is the property. So here we have the pizzeria just at the corner. We are close to this square. Okay. And then we have the main streets. It looks like an interesting property, interesting town. Let me know what you think about this property under the comment section. Anyway, here we have bars. So, my friend, a property that is 50,000 euro, maybe I would even start offering 40,000 euro, to be honest, for this type of property. If I consider the amount of work that I may need to do for this property, which is around 10,000, I would simply say, listen, if you're happy with 40,000, I go for it. If you're not happy, bye-bye. This is the price recommended by Antonio. Try starting offering 40,000 euro, maybe. I won't buy for 50. If they're happy with 43,000 is the maximum amount of money that I would offer, in particular because, yes, the property is in a good condition, but overall, but I still see some little works might need to be done, like gas boiler, replastering, check electrical system. Overall, the property is nice. Let me know what you think under the comment section, my friends. And I'll see you here tomorrow for another property for sale on Italy, a place to love. Bye.